In the news this week, the Supreme Court rejects a bid to legalise assisted suicide, SNP members criticise the party over its trans policies, and traditional marriage is upheld in Southeast Asia. Hello. The Supreme Court has declined to hear the case of a man who wants the law to be changed to allow assisted suicide. Noel Conway has motor neuron disease and wants to be helped to die with medical assistance. After losing his case at the Court of Appeal, he appealed for the Supreme Court to hear the case, but the judges declined. They said changing the law on assisted suicide was a matter for Parliament to decide, not the courts. Care Not Killing's Dr. Peter Saunders welcomed the news. The judges, parliamentarians, doctors and disability rights groups are all in agreement that the safest law is the one we currently have. Following a debate in Parliament in 2015, MPs voted against a bill to legalise assisted suicide by 330 votes to 118. The SNP has been criticised by one of its own MSPs over its support for allowing people to self-identify their gender. John Mason, MSP, said the party's stance was unscientific. Are we trying to override science by saying it is possible for males to become females and females to become males? We need to be honest and look at what the science says. Grassroots SNP supporters also hit out at the party over its support for transgender guidance in schools. In a letter seen by the Sunday Times, they warned MSPs that parents and teachers are particularly concerned about advice called supporting transgender young people and urged councils to immediately review the guidance. Institute Deputy Director Kieran Kelly said it is good that the party is being challenged.
I think this letter expresses the fears of many ordinary people. It certainly echoes the concerns that we at the Christian Institute and various women's groups have been putting forward pretty much since day one, and that comes with the inevitable accusations of transphobia, but you have to continue to convey biblical truth and scientific truth and simply common sense in the face of that. And many SNP MSPs seem to be trapped in the Holyrood bubble, if you like. So it's good that there's one or two MSPs and certainly some grassroots supporters who are prepared to challenge their party over this.
Pro-life student groups in Scotland have been barred from affiliating with their university students' unions. Glasgow Students for Life applied to become a registered society, but was turned down by the Students' Representative Council. The Aberdeen Life Ethics Group was told that its pro-life policy meant that they would receive no funding, facilitation or platform. In October, a similar ban on pro-life groups at Strathclyde University was only overturned after a lengthy battle. The groups have warned of the damage being done to free speech. Willingness to censor dissenting speech, even though such speech is protected by UK and EU laws, should be chilling to any fair-minded student who believes the free exchange of ideas is essential to a university's ethos. And finally, Hong Kong and Taiwan have voted to back traditional marriage amid pressure to legalise same-sex unions. In Hong Kong, same-sex marriage was rejected in the Parliament by 27 votes to 24. In Taiwan, the public voted in several referendums on the subject. They opted to keep the definition of marriage as between one man and one woman, rejected a separate bid to make same-sex marriage legal, and said schools should avoid promoting LGBT issues. Last year, a High Court ordered Taiwan's government to introduce same-sex marriage, and while pro-LGBT legislation is still expected to come in, the referendum results should provide protections for traditional marriage. Well, that's all for this week. For more information on all of our stories and much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.